It's an honor for me today to stand in front of you to deliver a presentation on the topic, the role of coaching teams in strengthening local health funds on tobacco control by 12 health regions in Thailand. First of all, I would like to introduce my name and my colleagues. I am Dr. Sophia Animar, a lecturer at Public Policy Institute, Prince of Songkran University, Hadia in Songkran, Thailand. The second one, Assistant Professor Dr. Pongthep Suthirawut, a Vice Rector for Public Policy and Planning, Prince of Songkran University. The last one, Professor Dr. Virasak Jungsuvivatwong, Executive Director, Institute of Research and Development for Health of Southern Thailand, Prince of Songkran University also. Now I would like to move on to introduction. Thailand is one of the countries that has a high burden tobacco use with serious tobacco-related diseases. Several implementing measures reduce tobacco use such as smoke-free places, smoke-free home, and tobacco advertising, promotion, and sponsorship ban. Besides, there are alliances to deal with tobacco use, such as the Thai Health Promotion Foundation, the National Health Security Office, the Ministry of Public Health, academic research institutes, and civil societies. However, the prevalence has been slowly declining that need to seek other more measures. Since Thailand's smoking rate during 2010 to 2020 has slowly declined, the current trend suggests that further reduction are needed to ensure that WHO 2025 voluntary global target of 30% relative reduction in tobacco use. In addition, the National Health Security Office has set up the local or community health funds to support health-related activities done by communities. So, local health fund is proved for one of the mechanisms for the community to deal with the health burden in communities. However, its potential role has been limited due to the complexity of financial management for tobacco control strategies and awareness of reasonable budget spending. Besides, preparing a successful plan and project proposal for tobacco control is one of the most complex skills required for a professional planner and principal investigator. Yes, this skill rarely is ever taught. Thus, knowledge about the role of coaching teams in strengthening the local health funds guarding tobacco control by 12 health regions in Thailand has never been reported. This study aimed to describe the capacity building of the coaching team mechanisms in generating plans and projects for fixing health risk problems due to tobacco use at the community level. A major goal of this project was to support the professional advancement of plan manager and principal investigator by offering intensive coaching in the development of tobacco plans and proposals early before submit them to the committee in their community. Thus, the research question was, how was coaching teams' role in strengthening local health funds on tobacco control by 12 health regions in Thailand? This study was applied to develop a framework for empowering the coaching team of the local health funds toward tobacco control plans and projects as shown in the figure. It consists of input, were mainly coaching team and local health fund committee. The process were workshop training with specific curriculum and empowered coaching strategy and outcomes were local health and working performance, such as plans and projects for tobacco control in communities, budget use, a value, a lesson learned among stakeholders. For methodology, this study was a participatory action research of her conducting from June 2018 to December 2019 in 12 health regions in Thailand. The research was designed into four phases. The first phase was a curriculum preparation. Second phase was sampling and recruitment. Third phase was training process, and finally the fourth phase was project monitoring and evaluation. After the workshop session, surveys contain structured and unstructured questions seeking to assess mentoring practices for local health funds performance. All participants fill out a questionnaire at the baseline at the 6, 12, and 18-month follow-up, containing questions on demographic characteristics and coaching methods used. Focus group discussion, in-depth interviews were conducted twice. First, at the beginning of the program session, and the second after last meeting at the 18-month follow-up. For the result, the coaching team played a pivotal role in accelerating and strengthening the local health fund to challenge implementing tobacco control measures in the community at least 3 dimensions. First, communication skill for plans and project management and create a relationship and positive welcome. Second, feedback skill consists of encouragement and praise focusing on facts and reduce defensive reaction. And third, connection skill among the coaching team and local health funds to encourage cooperation and stakeholder participation. These were empowerment that can enable local health funds to increase control over the power to create plans and projects for tobacco control with appropriate budgets. These processes contributed to community empowerment with only 3 domains. First, activation of community for tobacco use awareness. Second, competence of the community for project writing skill. And third, the online program submission skill. Briefly, the coaching team assists the local health funds committee in developing 308 plans, 386 projects, and 1,260 key monitoring with 41 million baht for those tobacco control budgets in communities. Those pilot projects were to build public awareness of the immediate health damage caused by smoking and exposure to secondhand smoke. Second, encourage smokers to quit and make free health and resources available. And third, encourage smokers not to smoke around the others and non-smoker members to protect other health from secondhand smoke. By this mechanism, the tobacco control strategy were divided into 3 categories. First, build public awareness to decrease high youth tobacco use rate, and new case prevention by promoting high youth engagement for the smoke-free teen in Gen Z, a learning center. Second, encourage smokers to quit by increasing accessibility, reduction services, alternative smoking cessation, and community rehabilitation. Third, health promotion in smoking-free zone using secondhand smoker prevention campaigns, social measures, media advocacy, community communication, and personal role models. For discussion, nearly 2 decades have passed since adoption of WHO framework Convention on Tobacco Control or FCTC, a landmark in tobacco control in Thailand, under several mechanisms to reduce tobacco use at each level. It seems not enough to deal with. This study revealed that the coaching team empower local health funds to become the major players in solving tobacco use with the participation of stakeholders to decrease tobacco use in various ways at the community level. The coaching strategy enhances the local health funds to support our principal investigators in reducing tobacco use in their community. In addition, the severity of health problems related to tobacco use in their community to achieve positive health outcomes and reduce health disparities. Thus, the coaching empowerment expansion model within different communities demonstrated paths and projects to deal with tobacco use in the same directions. Conclusion: to sum up, these findings will result in high-quality tobacco control proposals from diverse applicants, thereby advancing innovations in value and diversifying tobacco control strategy. The root of empowerment strategy was based on effective communication, proper feedback, and connecting with stakeholders. For implication, the results of this study will provide evidence regarding the efficacy and feasibility of a mentoring and coaching program to improve strategic management for tobacco control through paths and projects that promote a healthier lifestyle for both urban and rural people in 12 health regions in Thailand. For suggestion for further research, multidisciplinary research on tobacco control, in particular economic impact by the local health funds, is needed across its health region as a basis for designing the most effective intervention study in Thailand. Thank you for your kind attention.